With 350 kilometers of tramway, Brussels is the biggest European network. The network of the city is 4 times bigger than the whole of the French network. The coming and going of trams causes the rails to wear, particularly in the curves. Wear occurs in the inside of the groove of the rail. The mending of that part of the rail is carried out through the relaying of matter one layer after another, thanks to an automatic welding process. 10 p.m. The SECO RAIL trucks leave the depot. At 10:30 p.m. Arrival on the site and laying out of the provisional signalling to enable the workers to work in complete safety. Midnight. The last tram goes by. The SECO RAIL team sets up the equipment. Each truck has an entire unit of autonomous relaying. A welding robot, the rail walker, is used on the online relaying. After cleaning a rail, a cleaning up grinding permits the removal of grease and wear defects. The robot validates its welding parameters, which are a function of the thickness and the height to relay. The parameters will evolve during the relaying process. Relaying occurs through the use of a full wire under flux. The whole of the machines permits the use of different types of wires, as the stuffed wire for the relaying of manganese rails. The flux is sucked up behind the soldering and reused. The robot, which is autonomous, moves along at a speed ranging from 50 to 90 centimeters per minute. The curve is finished, a second passage is made. The welder readjusts its relaying after each passage. About 10 passages are made. The control temperature allows the rail to keep its chemical composition as well as the relayings. In case of rain, the quick setting up of an umbrella allows the relaying to be carried out until its final phase. The relaying is over. We can see here the precision of the superimpositions after the various passages. The quality of the state of the surface does not necessitate grinding on the internal surface of the groove. The use of 3 welding robots permits the relaying of 45 meters of curve per night in Brussels in 3 hours and 30 minutes when the lines are not in service. 5 a.m. Passage of the first tram. SECO RAIL leaves the site. Nantes. We are dealing here with the groove junction interconnecting lines 1, 2 and 3. The passage of the trams entails wear at the bottom of the groove and of the approach ramps. Wear is treated thanks to a computer-aided welding robot. A welding robot, the rail hopper, is used for occasional relaying, for crossings or frogs. Here also, the works begin with the cleaning up grinding. The welder memorizes the geometrical parameters of the defect in numerous places. Then the computer reproduces in welding the defect previously identified. The computer brings the robot back to the starting point. Here also, several passages are necessary. The use of 3 welders permits the relaying of 75 meters per night in 6 hours and 50 minutes when the lines are not in service. Once the relaying is over, the SECO RAIL team moves on to the next defect. The entire data regarding the welding is recorded on a floppy disk given to the customer for him to follow through the state of his crossings and frogs. After relaying, a slight finishing off grinding and a control of the state of the surfaces are made by the welder. The tramway is operational. The first tram is running. The SECO RAIL team leaves the site. Treatment of undulatory wear. SECO RAIL, Northern and Eastern Branch, is in partnership with the EBS company. Lille. We are dealing here with a metrical tramway. Treatment of undulatory wear. A succession of to and fro passages is made until the undulatory wear disappears completely and the regular profile is obtained. The profile treatment and the treatment of undulatory wear are carried out through successive grindings on vignole rails thanks to boisseau grinds. The use of a grinding truck allows also, on a groove rail, to be able to treat the whole of the profile, including the rail and the check rail, thanks to a flat buff wheel.
En cas d'arrivée de tram, il y a la pose d'un feu rouge dans la voie et d'une barrière.
Dès qu'il y a un tram qui arrive, même s'il ne roule pas, nous on l'annonce à coup de trompe.
Les deux agents situés aux extrémités du chantier ont une trompe pour avertir.
Okay. The works occur by day, when the line is running. SECO RAIL lays out the provisional signalling of the works, as well as protection systems for employees. The measurements of the floors on the rail profile indicate the extent of wear. The measurements are recorded on the floppy disk to ensure the computer use of these data. The longitudinal measurements which reveal the floors linked to undulatory wear are recorded in graduated paper magnified 30 times vertically and 10 times smaller in width, the better to evaluate the floors. These data are given to the customer. Once the measurements are recorded, the grinding truck equipped with 6 buff wheels, 4 boisseau grinds and 2 flat grinds gets on and off the rails within 3 minutes. Then the operator enters the wear parameter thanks to a laptop. These data are transmitted to the various grinds. The truck is autonomous and fully computer-aided. It does not need an operator on board. A succession of to and fro passages are made until wear disappears completely. The truck is equipped with a sucking up system, sucking up to 8,000 cubic meters per hour, which recuperates on ballast rails 50% of metallic grinding residues, and on embedded rails up to 80% of the same metallic residues. Here, undulatory wear is visible. An easy access to the sources of grinding permits a quick replacement of the stones. After grinding, new measurements of profile and undulatory wear corrections are made. They will be compared with the floors measured before the treatment and given to the customer.